So I ended up posting these photos on Twitter over the weekend, letting folks know that I was working on these IMG Academy uniforms, and I gotta say I think they came out pretty good. I went ahead and uploaded them onto College Football 26. If you want to download them, just search up QJB10 and then go to schools and you should see them in there. Now, I went through and changed up a few things from that original picture because I was messing with this thing for hours and hours, and I was trying to get a little more creative, you know? And check out the pants. This stripe ended up taking me forever because I actually had to create that whole thing in Photoshop and try to tweak it and get it just right to match what the real uniforms looked like. Now, I saw those uniforms on their Instagram. I believe those were from last season, 2024. Now, this Ascenders uniform is one that I made up. And of course, you know you can go through and mismatch the helmets and jerseys and all that good stuff if you are playing in Dynasty. Now, when it comes to Road to Glory, you only play in those home uniforms, so you're going to see those here in a minute when I show you my new player. So I have the field. I ended up seeing that on Instagram as well. I tried to get it as accurate as possible. The same thing with the program. I made them a powerhouse. You know what they be doing out there in Florida, dude. And as far as the roster, I added you a little surprise at running back. My boy Jett Rush, the one that you're going to see here in a little bit in Road to Glory. Now, this is the running back that I ended up creating on College Football 25 later on in the cycle. And I can't even lie, I was having a lot of fun playing in the backfield, doing my thing. So I figured I'd come up here and see what the new archetypes were like for the running back position. So we're about done with these bad boys. I am going to go ahead and submit. And you see, we are going to have them go up on College Football 26. So I'm about to go over to the game and show you exactly what you need to do in order to get these. Now, these are the uniforms that I created so far. Of course, you saw the Eastern Wayne Warriors and Goldsboro in that two-way video that I ended up making. But you want to go to the download center, search for QJB10, and you see those bad boys sitting right there. We're going to go ahead and preview and make sure everything is looking good. So we have that home uniform, the away uniform, and that Ascenders uniform. Now, like I said before, you're only going to see home and Road to Glory because they only allow you to use those. So you want to go to Road to Glory setup, import high school team builder. That's all you have to do after you download the uniforms, and all of your schools will be right there. Now, I decided I wanted Jett Rush to be a 4-star player. And as far as the archetype, we're going to go with that Elusive Bruiser, man. That just sounds so dope. I want to go out there and be able to run people over while still pulling off juke moves and all that other good stuff. So this is what I have for him so far. The hair was kind of glitched out on this screen, so I ended up changing it once I was actually going through, messing with the accessories and all that good stuff. And we are going to get those skill points once again for pre-ordering the game, you know? So moving ahead, this is what they are going to look like in Road to Glory. I'm like, yo, look at that helmet, dog. The only thing is the Ascenders on the back right there ends up getting cut off on certain helmets, but I figured that wasn't such a big deal. We are going to move on with this boy Jett Rush, looking like a beast. And he is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You see what we are working with as far as our styles. Now, the ball carry style, I'm going to have that thing loosey-goosey. Run style, we're going to be a Bruiser. I thought that one was pretty cool. And that halfback stance, we are going to be standing there like Ashton Genty, you feel me? Standing straight up. Now, as far as the 10 schools that I chose, you see what I have going on right now. Penn State, because we love some Saquon Barkley coming out of Philly. We have IU, Boise State, Oregon, etc. Let's get it!
In the sky, keep raining on. In the keep. Oh yeah. In the sky, in the sky, in the sky, in the oh yeah. In the sky, keeps raining on. In the
Man, those uniforms are looking dope. I am loving what I am seeing, but now it's time to go out here on the field and do our thing. It says we need to gain yards on run plays and avoid getting tackled in the backfield for loss by our rival. So right away, I'm going up the middle, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. You know I'm trying to do my thing, and it felt really good running, dude. It's something about doing it on that PlayStation controller, too. Every footstep, you can kind of, whoop! Wait a minute!
What in the blue moon?
Your boy is already out here jumping over folks. I'm like, let me find out that this boy Jett Rush is gonna be an absolute beast. I'm cutting back inside in that end zone for the score. Okay, now, we are already complete in one of those moments, and I'm not going to go through every single one of these for 5 straight games. I know you get the point on what we're doing out here, you feel me? But now I need to get to the 50-yard line and stiff arm or truck somebody or block a defender. Now, you know my preference is going to be trying to truck somebody, so we're going to be running to the outside right here. Get out of my way, son! Ooh, man, he got me back right there, though. And the quarter is going to end, but we do complete that moment as well. So I still feel like we need a full high school game. I know that was one of the feedback topics that has been circulating around. I feel like you should be able to play like 3 or 4 games, like a high school playoff type thing, and then move on to college, you know? But look at me going right up the middle, bouncing that thing outside. Your boy is out here trying to do his thing. So I have my corner, of course, London Bridges II. We're still going to be doing our thing at Notre Dame. Don't worry about that. And I'm also going to have Jett Rush like we have him going ham right now. But I'm also thinking about possibly doing a quarterback. Look at me running somebody over again. So I want you to let me know, would you rather see a quarterback or a wide receiver? I'm not sure about linebacker. I never really tried that out. Maybe in the future I'll see what that's all about as well. But we have the 5 positions. Like I said before, hopefully in the future we'll get like safety, tight end, all that good stuff. I gotta stop trying to hurdle folks before I injure myself. You know, psych! I'm gonna do it again, bruh! That is one of my favorite things to do as a running back, just straight up jump over somebody, you feel me? And you see I am getting tackled into the end zone. We are gonna get that touchdown and complete that moment. And as far as the school's already offering me a scholarship, of course you know it's going to be the lower tier right now until we work our way up to get like the Alabamas, LSU, Oregon, all that good stuff. And my classmate is wanting to see if I want to study. I'm like, nah, bro, we're going to wing that thing. I got to focus on football. And that is going to increase my change of direction for the upcoming game. However, the scholarship is going to be a little tougher to get from Indiana, Michigan, and Washington because we did bad on that exam. But it's all good because we're looking forward. And James Franklin is hitting us up, wanting to know if we can show him something special out here in our next game. So we are going to be able to accept this highlight moment. I am going to do that because this was the school that I had at the top of my board. And Jett Rush is from Philly, so he loves Penn State. He knows what they're all about. And he's been watching Saquon Barkley for a long time, trying to mimic his game after him. So we're coming up for this next game, trying to see exactly what we can do. And the moments are going to pop up. Like I said before, I'm not going to show every single one because I know you guys get the point. We're going to be out here trying to do our thing, but we have to get these runs to the outside. Of course, you know you can go into the playbook and select every play that you want. So that helps out when you're trying to complete some of these goals. Now, I know some of you guys were frustrated about trying to knock out some of these moments And I do agree, some of them are pretty hard, or, you know, the CPU ends up doing something and screws up the whole point of it. You see I'm getting the truck. Somebody was offside. We are going to decline that because I've already completed my drive goals, as you see up there at the top. And we get stopped on 4th down, but we are going to get that moment completed. We had the turnover on downs, so it deducted some points. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. We're going to keep on moving, bruh. And since we are playing on the Heisman difficulty, it does not let you retry any of these moments, okay? I believe if you're a tier lower, you get like 1 retry, and then 2 tiers lower than Heisman, you get like 2 retries or something like that. And I was still out here trying to hurdle people, dude. I gotta stay on my feet. And if I do that, I'm gonna be running into that end zone. So we complete that one. We are gonna be moving on. Backed up, we need to get a 1st down and rush for 50 total yards on this drive. I feel like that won't be too hard. You see me on the outside. We are already completing one of those goals. Now we just have to rack up these yards. We already have 27, and we are busting free for another long gain. And we ended up completing that. I'm trying to get in that end zone now. I'm running a little route over here on the outside. My quarterback's throwing it over the middle, and he found somebody else, but we still get the score. I cannot be mad about that at all because even if my teammates score, that helps out. But now we have to get a 50-plus yard rush attempt to impress James Franklin out there at Penn State. So I'm like, man, this is going to be a hard one. I'm going to try to do my best, but we're not looking good on that 1st down. 2nd and 8, I'm trying to get to the outside. And look at the defense, they're swarming. I'm like, daggone, brother. Am I going to be able to complete this task? I want to get out there again, but I am stopped. And I am actually going to fail this challenge, Unstoppable Force. We are not going to get that 50-yard run, but we are still getting hit up by more schools. You see Michigan State in there. I believe they were on my list. West Virginia as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about the offers that I am getting. Even if we don't make it to Penn State, we'll still be able to make a good decision on where we want to go. And coach is letting me know, yeah, we failed that thing, man. They're still going to be watching out for us, but our offer is not going to be as good because we were unable to complete that challenge. You see, scholarship bonus is going to decrease, but now it's time to decide if I'm going to go to homecoming. My boy Alex wants to know, and I'm like, yeah, dog, I'll be out there. Now, should I ask a classmate, the head cheerleader, or slide into some DMs? I'm actually gonna ask my lab partner, but how am I gonna do it? Sing on the intercom? I don't know about that. Show up at their house with a boombox and a sign. Put, do you want to go with me? I'm going D1 in her locker, but I'm gonna decide to bring a band to class. And it actually worked out. You pick up your date and take photos, but you can't focus with their dad staring at you the whole time. Pops is not having it with that boy Jett Rush. Hey man, I didn't think I had a bad rep or nothing. He's just overprotective of his girl. I understand. Determined runner. I need to try to get a 1st down out here. And stiff arm or truck a defender. And that's what I'm trying to do, bro. I break a tackle right there. It didn't count as a stiff arm or a truck though. But I get the 1st down. And now we're going to that outside trying to pull it off. There is going to be a truck. Now, they did take me down in the backfield. It's not really going to matter because my quarterback is throwing a dot down the field. And they are setting me up to punch this bad boy in. I am going to get the touchdown on the play. So I'm like, okay, we started that one off good. We're trying to do everything we can to impress these schools. And I'm going to give you an update on who's trying to recruit me and all of that here in a minute. But now I'm trying to run up. Look at that little move I put on. Oh my goodness. The change of direction, the agility, the quickness. Look at that impact block. I am having fun out here with my running back, man. I can't even lie. Now, extra yardage. You see it says we need to successfully reach the ball out and try to get extra yards. In order to do that, you have to hold up on the right stick. So right here, I'm trying to get tackled because I realized I needed to do a juke and all that good stuff, but I'm going to the outside. It's not gonna matter. I'm still gonna attempt to reach the ball out, and I do. So that is a cool little touch here on College Football 26. Able to reach for extra yardage. You know, you can go for a first down, touchdown, all that good stuff. But I believe you are at a higher risk for fumbling the ball if you do that. And look at all these offers coming in now. Your boy is getting the recognition that he deserves. We have been out there balling out in high school, and these schools are trying to get me to come out there. But we are still a 4-star athlete. We have not made it to the 5-star yet. And Dan Lanning is coming to us, and he is talking a little crazy, dude. I did not know he was going to be pooping on another school, but he's talking crap about IU. I know you're getting close to cutting down your list. I can't help but notice that Indiana is second. With all due respect, they're a great program. I love what they're doing, but I think we can offer significantly more in terms of resources and chances to make a name for yourself. And I really had to think about that, man. I was like, yeah, that does make sense. Even though I like IU, Oregon has that ring to it and those uniforms. You already know what I mean, dude. So school interest is going to increase, but the other schools are going to go down. Now, I really did not know that the order that you had them in really mattered that much until I saw that message from Dan Lanning, and now Michigan is coming to me wanting to know if I want to do one of those highlight moments. I'm like, nah, brother, I'm good.
Holy moly.
Even though they are going to be running the ball a lot, I'm starting to narrow my schools down a little bit more, but I did have Michigan on the list. But look, I'm moving Oregon up to number 2 now, a little bit above Indiana. I had Boise State on the list as well. I'm not really going to mess with the order of any more of these. Penn State is still my top choice at the moment, but you know all of that can change depending on what happens. So I did narrow it down to 5. Penn State, Oregon, Boise State, IU, and Pitt. And I'm looking to see who else they're recruiting. I want to make sure they don't bring in too many running backs and I end up way down on the depth chart. So all of that matters when you're making your decision. Keep that in mind. And as I go look at the recruitment, you see what the scholarship bonuses are going to be for each one of these schools as well. But it's time to get into that next game. What we have like 2 more before we're able to make our college decision. So we're ready to come out here and try to do our thing in this one. So we're going to be pulling off some outside runs to start this game off. I love the way I'm standing back there still, like Ashton Genty, looking like Jason or somebody, Michael Myers. We're trying to do our thing right now, dude. Another outside run, and I'm breaking free all the way in the end zone, baby. Jett Rush turning on the afterburner speed, and we are going to complete that moment. And now ice in our veins. What do we have to do right here? Get in field goal range and score a touchdown. I'm like, all right, we should be able to do that if I'm not taken down in the backfield, as you see. But now I got this outside run. I get a nice block on the outside, and I am taken off down the sideline. Nobody is going to touch Jett Rush. That is exactly what we needed to do. So we're going to move on, and now we are getting some huge offers. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, even Penn State. That was at the top of our board, so I'm feeling good about that last game. But it's going to come down to senior night, our final game of the season. But we do have to narrow our schools down to 3. You're going to see exactly who I chose at the hat ceremony. Let's get it! That part of the game, the intros, the walkouts, whatever you want to call it. And you see I'm trying to run right up the gut. We are doing our thing, getting that first down. Now it's 3rd and 4. I have to make sure I extend this drive. So I ran a screen, and I am getting all the way down inside the 15. Keeping that thing on the ground now. Great blocking, and I am going to get in there. That's what's up, man. So now we're moving on to our final moment, hometown hero. All we have to do is score a touchdown to get this win on senior night. You see we're down. Look at that block. Oh, my goodness. Yo, the line does not play out here, man, as you see. 43 seconds. Are we going to be able to punch this thing in? On the outside, yes, sir. Your boy is going to be the hometown hero and get the touchdown. That is what we do, baby. Ohio State, Oregon finally offered, Texas, USC. I'm like, oh my goodness, man, we can pretty much go anywhere in the country. And check this out, Texas ended up winning the national championship. They won on my previous one too, I believe, didn't they? I'm like, dang, is that gonna happen in real life? The Heisman Trophy given to Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. And since I ended up maintaining my 4-star status, I am able to equip another mental ability. Now, I didn't get the 5-star. I was failing some of them hot diggity dog challenges, but it's all good. We are still going to be doing our thing at the hat ceremony. So here we are. You want to hold down that X button to stand up, or A if you're on Xbox. We have Penn State, Oregon, and the Hoosiers on the table. These are the 3 schools that I narrowed it down to, the ones that I really wanted to attend for college. And let's see what this dude, Jett Rush, is going to decide. Wait a minute! Oh, he's a troll just like London Bridges, as you see, faking people out with that Oregon hat. Oh, wait, is he going to IU? Hey, look at this guy, man. It's obvious he's going to pick Penn State, right? Let's see what his decision is going to be right here. He's picking that hat up. Oh, my goodness, he ended up tossing it. So where is Jett Rush going to decide to go? Drop a like and sub if you haven't. And take me out of here, Siri.
That's nasty. Peace.